In the annals of Black history, today's subject, Frank Bondurant, one of 6 students in Lynchburg, Virginia, who went to Dr. Robert W. Johnson's home in 1946 to learn how to play tennis. Frank lived on the same block as Dr. Robert W. Johnson, Pierce Street. And Frank and 5 other students from Dunbar High School were invited by Johnson to come to his property and learn how to play tennis.
I met Dr. Johnson early in my life when I had tonsillitis. He operated on my throat, he and another doctor in Lynchburg, and removed my tonsils. During that time, I explained to Dr. Johnson that I was interested in playing tennis. And during the course of the treatment, he told me that he would train me down on this tennis court, which was a block from my house, which I took him up on and went down in the early 40s and started training.
Frank and the other 5 students would work with Dr. Johnson over the next 4 years until they graduated from high school. They would play tennis and work out every summer with Dr. Johnson.
I learned during that time that Dr. Johnson was an advocate of black tennis, and he sponsored tennis tournaments in Lynchburg during the summer months, in which he invited tennis players from all over the country to participate.
Some of those players would go to ATA tournaments, the American Tennis Association tennis tournaments. Frank, however, was one of 2 students in the group of 6 that did a pretty remarkable thing. He was such a good player that when he joined the Army after high school, he was able to play in the Army tournament in his first year in the Army. Frank reached the semifinals of a tournament that had hundreds of players in it. That's a pretty remarkable statistic because playing in this Army tournament that encompassed a whole lot of players from around the country, that Frank should get to the semifinals was pretty remarkable.
I explained to Dr. Johnson that I had several friends who were interested in playing tennis, and we wanted to play for Dunbar. I talked to the high school principal, and he explained that while Dunbar didn't have tennis courts at the time, I could use Dunbar as a background and use the school to form a tennis team, naming Dr. Johnson as the tennis coach. He arranged throughout the state of Virginia for us to go and visit several schools who had tennis players, and we formed a tennis court representing Dunbar High School as Dunbar's first tennis team.
So in the 4 years he spent with Dr. Johnson playing tennis, he accomplished one of the most amazing feats in the annals of Black history.